Manichaeism was an ancient religious and philosophical movement founded by the prophet Mani in the 3rd century CE. Mani, who claimed to be the final and universal prophet, synthesized elements from various major religions of his time, including Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, and Christianity. Manichaeism sought to reconcile the apparent dualities and contradictions in the world, particularly the struggle between good and evil. Mani's writings, known as the Manichaean scriptures, were highly influential in shaping the beliefs and practices of his followers. However, due to the suppression of Manichaeism by various religious and political authorities over the centuries, only fragments of Mani's original writings have survived. Most of what we know about Mani and his teachings comes from the works of later Christian, Islamic, and other scholars who wrote about Manichaeism. Some key features of Mani's teachings include the belief in a cosmic struggle between the forces of light and darkness, with the material world seen as a battleground for these opposing principles. Manichaeism also emphasized the idea of spiritual purification and the importance of ascetic practices to free the soul from the entanglements of the material world. Despite its initial popularity and spread across the ancient world, Manichaeism gradually declined and was eventually suppressed by more established religious traditions. Some elements of Manichaean thought, however, persisted in later religious movements and philosophies. At the core of Manichaeism was the belief in a cosmic battle between the forces of light, representing good, and darkness, representing evil. This dualistic cosmology influenced Manichaean ethics, which emphasized the need for individuals to purify their souls by adhering to strict moral and ascetic principles. Manichaeism also presented a complex mythology involving divine entities, such as the living spirit and the prince of darkness, illustrating the intricate narrative that attempted to explain the origin and nature of the universe. Manichaeism gained significant popularity and spread across the ancient world, from the Middle East to Central Asia and even into parts of Europe. However, it faced persecution from various established religious authorities, particularly the Zoroastrian and Christian establishments, which viewed Manichaeism as a heretical and subversive movement. Despite its initial success, Manichaeism gradually declined in the face of persecution and the rise of other religious traditions. Nevertheless, its influence persisted in some regions for several centuries, leaving a lasting impact on the development of religious thought in the ancient world. Manichaeism can be characterized as having a complex cosmology that involved multiple divine entities, but it is not typically classified as polytheistic in the same way as ancient Greek or Roman religions. Instead, Manichaeism is considered a form of dualistic or ditheistic religion. In Manichaeism, the fundamental cosmic conflict revolves around the opposition of two primary forces, the forces of light, representing good, and the forces of darkness, representing evil. The interaction between these two opposing forces shapes the entire cosmic drama. The key figures in this dualistic framework include the living spirit or father of greatness as the supreme deity associated with the forces of light, and the prince of darkness or king of darkness representing the forces of evil. While Manichaeism does acknowledge various divine entities and emanations within its cosmology, these are usually seen as part of a hierarchical system within the broader framework of the cosmic struggle between good and evil. The primary focus is on the dynamic interplay between these two opposing forces rather than a polytheistic array of independent deities with distinct domains. It's important to note that the interpretation of Manichaeism may vary, as the movement underwent various developments and adaptations over time. The core tenets of the religion, however, consistently revolved around dualistic principles and the cosmic battle between light and darkness.